Hello, my name is Marie and this is Booksville. Today I am going to be doing my Christmas book haul. I have a few books, quite a few books. My parents were lovely and got me most of them. Some I got myself a bit before Christmas, but most of them are from my parents, so thank you parents. Okay, I'm going to start with the books that I got myself before Christmas. First I have Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. For anyone who has watched Gilmore Girls, you should know who this is. Laura Graham plays Lorelai Gilmore, and this book is about her experiences from the first time in Gilmore Girls all the way up and including the revival of Gilmore Girls. And I really like Gilmore Girls. My friend read this already. She said it was good and I saw it was cheap, so I picked it up. Next I picked up this lovely illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling with illustrations from Jim Kay. And it's so pretty. I think this is my favourite cover in the books in the illustrated series, though I might just be biased because The Prisoner of Azkaban is my favourite book in the Harry Potter series and the Night Boss just looks awesome. Yes, and the illustrations in it are just phenomenal. Like, they are just amazing. Continuing with the Harry Potter theme, I also picked up Harry Potter, A History of Magic, published by the British Library for the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter, and just like the illustrated edition of The Prisoner of Azkaban, it is illustrated and pretty, and I opened it to a page with no pictures. It's illustrated and pretty, and it takes you through the history of Harry Potter. Next, I'm going to show you books that I got from my parents on Christmas Day. They were very lovely and got me quite a few books, so... The first one made me chuckle. My mum likes wrapping up random things for me, and she found this and wrapped it up for me. Yes, it is a kid's book. Yes, my mum still thinks I'm 5. It's called Waiting for Santa by Steve Metzger and Alison Edson. I don't know if you can read that. And it's just a cute little story. I've read it already. I read it on Christmas Day, but it's got some like pretty pictures and stuff. Like I said, I think my mum thinks I'm 4, not 24, so yeah. But it was cute. Next book is still a kid's book, but a slightly older kid's book, and it's one that I picked out myself, but my parents got me. It is The Creakers by Tom Fletcher. I haven't read this one yet, but I did read The Christmas Stories recently and I really liked it, so I thought I'd get the next one by him. Next I have Undercover Princess by Connie Glynn. I'm gonna say it's Glynn. I've actually already read this and it's fluffy and cheesy and slightly predictable, but I did really enjoy it, so. I also have Magnus Chase and the Ship of the Dead by Rick Riordan. It is the 3rd book in the Magnus Chase series and I have no clue what it's about because while I have the other 2 books up here somewhere, yep, here, I haven't actually read them yet because I'm still working on the Heroes of Olympus series, but I will get around to it eventually. Next I have Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah is a comedian that I've liked for a long time. He's been on a lot of UK television shows, comedy shows, and now he has a late night show in America, and I just found it really interesting that he was brought up in apartheid South Africa, and this book tells the story of how he was brought up in his life. Next I have, I'm going to read the title because it's very long, Malala, A Girl Who Stood Up for Education and Changed the World by Malala Yousafzai? I'm not sure. I'm fairly certain everyone knows who Malala is. Yeah. She's a very awesome girl who stood up for female education, got shot in the head unfortunately, survived, and now is a great advocate for female education worldwide. Next I have Adventures of a Young Naturalist by David Attenborough. If you grew up in the UK you definitely know who David Attenborough is and you've probably seen one of his documentaries. I really love animals and nature, so I've watched a lot of his documentaries and yeah, I thought I'd get one of his books. For anyone who knows me, I'm a giant fan of Pride and Prejudice, and I quite like a lot of spin-offs of Pride and Prejudice too, including the Lizzie Bennet diaries. So I got The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet by Bernie Sue and Kate Roderick. I have watched the entire Lizzie Bennet diaries series, and from what I understand this book follows the same timeline as the Lizzie Bennet diaries web series, but it's just in diary form, so I thought I'd pick it up. My parents also got me the entire Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. And these are lovely paperback, matchy cover, makeup picture covers things. There is City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. And look how pretty the covers are. Lastly, my parents, knowing what avid Harry Potter fans I am, got me these two books. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling and illustrated by Olivia Menelich Gill, I think it's pronounced. I'm not sure, but just like the other illustrated Harry Potter books, it's got lovely pictures and is just really cool. Lastly, I have Harry Potter: A Journey Through the History of Magic. And from my understanding, this one is more situating Harry Potter in general history of magic, opposed to the book that I hauled earlier in this video that was just a history of magic, which was the history of Harry Potter. I think this situates it, like it situates Harry Potter within general magic. Okay, well that's it for my Christmas book haul. However, there is one other book I want to show you. As I mentioned a couple of books back, Pride and Prejudice is one of my favourite books, and while I already own a copy of Pride and Prejudice, I found this one in my local bookstore and it's so pretty and I couldn't resist, so I thought I'd show you. Okay, that's it from me. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and I'll see you next time. Bye! Oh my gosh, they're heavy. So heavy, so heavy.